Well, here is our, modest recusal is actually a play on two different clips that I have. This
Yeah,
is the modest part. So this is from CTV News. If people haven't heard, no jail time for BC man with, quote, relatively modest child porn collection, judge rules. So,
Tumblr.
yeah,
Oh.
Tumblr. A BC man convicted on child pornography charges can serve his sentence in the community. This sounds safe. With the kids. Why not just get him working with the kids? In part because of the relatively modest size of his collection. So it seems like it's not a hardcoreness, it's a size thing, right? It's how much pornography he possessed. A judge has ruled Mark Keenan pleaded guilty to possessing and distributing and child pornography in Kelowna Provincial Court and was handed a conditional sentence of 2 years less a day. The 54-year-old will be under house arrest for the first 18 months of his sentence, then bound by a 6 p.m. curfew for the remainder. The court heard RCMP search Keenan's home in 2018 after receiving concerning information about his activity on the social media website Tumblr and found 6 child pornography images on his electronic devices depicting boys between the ages of 9 and 16. So it's just 6 images, Grab. This is no big deal, right?
Just modest.
It's just modest. In his May 2nd sentencing decision, which was recently posted online, Judge Andrew Tam noted the size of Keenan's collection sets this case apart from others cited in court, some of which involve hundreds or even thousands of images and videos being seized from other sex offenders. Although there is no strict mathematical relationship between the size of the collection and the length, or indeed type of sentence, the size of a collection has often been held to an aggravating factor, Tam wrote. So that means you could just, like, if you just rape someone quick, then you should be okay, right?
No, that doesn't have anything to do with the same. That's not what they're saying at all.
Just a little rape.
No, that's not. It's not the equivalent. It's a false equivalency.
Is it?
Well, technically it is. Yeah. I mean,
Grab a titty.
What?
What if you just grab a titty? Walk by, grab a titty.
That's a better equivalency, probably.
It stands to reason, then, that the modest collection, while not a mitigating factor, could nevertheless distinguish it from other cases. None of the images depicted penetrative sexual activity, the court heard, though one showed a grown man and a child victim in their hands, with their hands on each other's genitals. The most damning evidence from police statement. Despite pleading guilty to the charges, Keenan maintained that he is not sexually attracted to children and had only stumbled upon the child pornography in 2017 while searching for other images such as sunsets and beaches, according to the decision. That's a hell of a fucking swoop. Keenan was appalled by what he found and decided to start a Tumblr blog to lure out pedophiles so he could report them to the site's moderators in a kind of undercover sting.
Oh my God.
The judge was not convinced. Tam noted that Keenan remained in possession of the images a year after finding them and had been carrying on conversations with other Tumblr users, which he expressed interest in sexual activities with children. They are unnecessarily graphic and go well beyond what one may expect in order to identify who may be a pedophile on the website, Tam found. His participation in these conversations seems to genuinely earnest for it to be a ruse. The judge ultimately ruled on a balance of probabilities that Keenan's collection and his online conversations were for his own sexual gratification. And he still just let him go. The most damning evidence will come from Mr. Keenan's own mouth, Tam added. Upon his arrest, he gave a voluntary statement to police. When confronted with the Tumblr messages and asked if he were aroused by them, he replied, I mean, in a way, it's hard not to be.
What?
The judge considered Keenan's plea, his lack of prior criminal record, and support of letters from the community as mitigating factors while determining that a conditional sentence was appropriate. Keenan will be on probation for a year after his sentence is over and must submit a DNA sample to law enforcement. This dude's gonna rape a kid, I bet. I mean, this is usually the way it goes, isn't it? It's usually am I allowed to say that? I mean, I don't.
You think they'd be setting an example,
This is terrible,
right?
This is fucking not good. It's okay to have a little porn, not a lot, and to entice minors online.
It's hard to believe that they're not making like an example of this and saying like this is not, right.
All right.
And did you see the judge, the Supreme Court judge in Canada or whatever they call them, what's the highest level judge or whatever, talking about Trump, like literally getting political and saying Trump's an authoritarian or whatever.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
This is what's happening in our court system. Like, it's just so crazy.
It's fucked up. It is not good because this sort of stuff tends to escalate, especially if the punishments are not severe,
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, this is why we're in the mess we're in.
The same sort of thing with drugs.
Yeah. Well, crime around drugs, like, and just being able to use outside, like using outside, for example.